How many times does it happen that a character is introduced as a clear threat, but instead of being the villain, he's the misunderstood hero of the story? Well, not too many times, but I think enough to make us wonder if Remy is not really a threat. That's where Remy comes in, a man whose obsessive behavior towards Electra sends off all the alarm bells, but perhaps there's a twist in the tale. It is possible that Remy's ominous actions could be masking a protective instinct rather than dangerous intent. His so-called obsession might be his way of shielding Electra from a greater danger she doesn't even see yet. What if his role isn't to harm but to save? A red herring cleverly placed to mislead the audience. Maybe he's always had a secret crush on Electra, and he knows what happened to her, about her deepfake and everything. Perhaps he even fought hard to get that taken off, and he followed Electra to LA not to harm her or anything. It's possible he was only worried about his crush being a target again and just wanted to protect her. Now, see, this doesn't make him any less creepy, but at least he only wanted the best of her and would never disrespect her in any way. The evidence is compelling. For one, villains in soap operas are often crafted with more subtlety over time. If Remy was truly a threat, his motives might not feel so on the news. While Will is quick to label Remy as dangerous, the young man's judgment might be clouded by his own insecurities. Now, it's given for Will to be cautious. For one, Remy really doesn't look like a very nice person. But Will is also Electra's boyfriend, so you get what I'm saying, right? Moreover, soap operas thrive on unexpected twists. So also don't think it's impossible. I mean, it's a pretty common theory if you think about it, especially as seen with other obvious villains, like Poppy in earlier storylines. But later it turned out poor Poppy was just an innocent woman who loved life and her daughter, only to be stabbed in the back by her own daughter, getting framed for murder she did not commit. Remy could easily fall into this pattern, positioning himself as the scapegoat while the real antagonist operates in the shadows. Maybe the more he gets involved in the storyline, the more he'll be misunderstood as a creep. But it could only be that he was actually getting closer to finding out the real villain in Electra's life. Look, I'm not crazy, guys. I'm just saying that Remy is not just good looking, but he's definitely a great actor too. And it would be very tragic if he were not a regular on the show. I mean, I totally see potential. I see more potential in Remy than in RJ or Will. Hashtag sorry not sorry. The real kicker here is the potential for Will's mistrust to backfire. If he acts on his assumptions and alienates Electra, the fallout could be devastating. Not just for his relationship, but for the safety of everyone involved. There's a chance that by the time Will uncovers the truth, it might already be too late to undo the damage, setting the stage for a bittersweet reconciliation or even further tragedy. I mean, imagine it yourself. He could be focused on the wrong man so much that the real villain will probably harm his girlfriend. Or Remy could fall into a trap and probably have fatal consequences. Electra will not like how Will handled the situation, especially if Will refuses to listen to either of their claims that Remy might not actually be evil. In addition, Remy's character development will depend on the actor's portrayal and how well the narrative allows viewers to empathize with his motives. Recent discussions highlight how crucial casting and performance are in selling such a layered character. If Remy isn't a recurring role yet, fans are already rallying for him to stay. His mysterious aura has intrigued many, even if it raises suspicion. With all this in mind, the storyline promises an emotional roller coaster, keeping viewers guessing whether Remy is friend or foe. The tension between perception and reality makes for the kind of storytelling that keeps fans hooked, episodes after episode. And honestly, if Remy does turn out to be a knight in tarnished armor, it'll be a satisfying twist that no one saw coming, but everyone will applaud. What's your take? Is Remy a misunderstood savior or a master manipulator? On the other hand, Scott Clifton, the actor behind Liam, continues to garner praise for his ability to bring depth and complexity to his character, even when the writing most of the time falters. His 2020 Emmy nomination for Outstanding Lead Actor speaks volumes about his talent. Clifton's performance was raw and authentic, cementing his place as one of the show's standout actors. But with his character sidelined, since fans are wondering if this is a temporary hiatus or a sign of something more permanent. While Clifton has expressed gratitude for his recognition, he's also been vocal about the repetitive nature of Liam's love triangles. He feels the same about the storyline as we viewers hate. Instead, there is a growing demand for Liam to break away from these romantic entanglements and explore more fresh narratives. Imagine a story arc where Liam rebuilds his relationship with his father, Bill, or steps up as a guiding force in his younger brother, Will's life. These angles could offer emotional depth while steering Liam in a new direction. Wyatt, Thomas, no one is on anymore, and their actions has shifted focus onto newer pairings like Finn and Steffi or Carter and Hope, which hasn't resonated as strongly with many fans. Some argue that newer dynamics lack the spark and history of earlier relationships, making it difficult for audience to invest. For instance, Steffi and Finn's romance, while charming to some, doesn't evoke the same emotional stakes as Steffi and Liam's earlier storylines, particularly during their 2015 to 2018 heyday. But that doesn't mean we want a return of the love triangle. It only means we want the writing to be fresh again. Another point of contention is handing of Hope and Steffi's characters. Once portrayed as strong, multidimensional women, they now seem reduced to rivals locked in an endless power struggle. This portrayal not only undermines their individual arcs but also impacts the show's overall storytelling. You know what would be the best decision? Putting their feud on pause and giving them storylines that allow for personal growth outside of romantic conflicts. Whether it's professional challenges or familial drama, there's plenty of untapped potential to explore. What's also worth discussing is the broader direction of the show. The Bold and the Beautiful has been heavily reliant on the Burke-Ridge-Taylor triangle for decades, and now it seems like Hope's Steffi dynamic is heading down a similar path. If we voiced our frustration with the old pair, why would they want to make the same terrible mistakes with the newer younger generation is beyond me. It's almost as if they hate the viewers and don't want the show anymore. However, this formula doesn't seem to resonate as strongly with modern audiences. Instead, fans are calling for new, innovative storytelling that reflects the complexities of contemporary relationships and family dynamics. Liam could have a pivotal role here, stepping away from his love triangle reputation and becoming a character who challenges outdated norms. It's not just Liam's character that fans are missing, it's the vibrancy that Scott Clifton brings to the screen. His performances often elevate even the most lackluster storylines, making his absence all the more noticeable. Clifton himself has hinted at his love-hate relationship with Liam, acknowledging that while he appreciates the character's vulnerabilities, he hopes for a shift in how he's written. Fans, too, are rooting for Liam to have a redemption arc, one that showcases his growth rather than recycling old mistakes. Ultimately, The Bold and the Beautiful has an opportunity to breathe new life into its stories. Scott Clifton has proven time and again that he's up to the task. Now it's up for the writers to rise to the occasion and give fans the engaging drama they crave. So let us know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you guys soon in the next video. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Until next time, take care.